Hello there, my friends. I apologize. It has been a while since I've done a video based on health and nutrition. I've been having so much fun making my cookie videos that I'm sure most of you hate and despise because it's completely two different audiences, and that's kind of why I did it that way. My channel is not dedicated to any one way of thinking. I'd like to talk about hydration. It's something that I mention quite often, but I don't think I've actually done a video just on the importance of hydration. And let me start with the most important aspect, and that is, without hydration, everything else you're doing is futile. That's right, completely futile. If you're taking supplements, and you're taking vitamins, and you're exercising, and you're detoxing, and you're doing this, and you're doing that, and you make sure you go pee-pee as soon as you got the urge, and you make sure you go poo-poo as soon as you got the urge, you're doing all those wonderful things, but you're not staying hydrated, then your body can't get rid of all of that stuff because it doesn't have the river to flow it on downstream and get it out. See, everything in life works with a flow. The earth flows everything back into the ocean. The ocean purifies it and cleans it. Evaporation takes it back up. And then it rains down fresh water, again creating freshwater pools for all the living creatures to stay alive, and the process repeats. Precipitation, condensation, evaporation. The human body is very similar. There's a process very similar to that going on within you. And if you're not hydrated enough, that process ceases to work. Your cells don't have that soft, pliable nature to them when they bounce around off of things. Instead, they get hurt when they bounce into things. They get hurt when foreign invaders enter the body. This includes viruses, things like that. They actually penetrate easier to a rigid cell because it's hard. You ever go to get blood taken and the person taking your blood says that your vein is bouncing out of the way? Pop, 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 pop. They can't get to it. It's because it's soft and like rubber. If they're hard, the needle just goes right in. If you have, let's say the football game was so incredible that you weren't even paying attention, you just ate an entire bag of Doritos. You're like, holy mackerel, it's empty. And you opened that bag yourself. And it was the family size bag. Holy mackerel, you just consumed an enormous amount of byproduct crap. Yes, but you also just took in an enormous amount of monosodium glutamate. Powerful salt. It's a sodium on steroids. And they don't want to tell you what that means, but what it means is it's going to dehydrate your body at just a very small amount, which is why so many people get serious headaches from just a tiny little bit of monosodium glutamate, MSG. Now, MSG in itself is not necessarily evil, though it has an extremely evil reputation. It is so powerful that as soon as it touches your taste buds go from that little teeny thing to like a mushroom cap. They become 10 times more sensitive, allowing the person creating the dish to use less garlic, less paprika, less oregano, less basil, because they sprinkle a little bit of that MSG on there, making your tongue extra sensitive, and in turn extra sensitive to the foods that you eat. That's how MSG works. But the human body is extremely sensitive to MSG. And as an experimentation, for talking to a person who suffers from migraines, I deliberately took a teaspoon of MSG. And I'm not worried that I will get a serious headache or migraine like I used to from just taking a tiny little bit of MSG. And the reason is because what's happening right now to my body is I'm dehydrating. My body's moisture level is going to attack the salt that is in my body now. I have bombarded myself. Now, if you were to drink a heavily salted drink, like a Juiceland Himalayan sea salt drink, you'll have incredible diarrhea immediately. It's a powerful way to cleanse out the colon, you know, because the body can't handle that much salt, so it just gets rid of all of it. It just dumps it. But what we're talking about is MSG. So MSG was pretty much created by the gentleman who made ramen noodles. He was a genius. He basically created a packet with like 90% MSG, teeny little bit of chicken powder, teeny little bit of shrimp powder, teeny little bit of mushroom powder, and packaged all these noodles and made a multi-billion-dollar empire from that. You'd be surprised how much of it is used in your food. Tuna fish, salads of almost all kinds, like tuna salad, chicken salads, things like that. Fish dishes have a lot of it. If you stay hydrated, you won't be sensitive to it. So what I'm going to do on film with you is I just had all that MSG, right? I'm going to drink some water. Now, I drink one of these every 30 minutes. I drink 2 gallons a day minimum of water. If I don't meet that requirement, I will immediately sense it because I become irritable. People get on my nerves very easily. I get snappy. I become less empathetic to other people. That's what happens to me if I'm not hydrated enough. Now, there's poop in my intestines just sitting there. And if there's toxins in that poop, if there's things that my liver and kidney worked all day and night trying to pull out so that it wasn't in my body, damaging it, creating horrible free radicals, my body processed it, put it in a tubular, packed up little punch, along with a bunch of bacteria and sloughing and other stuff, and I'm just going to poop it out, right? Well, that's not going to happen if I'm constipated. That poopy caca is going to sit there in my intestines, and it's going to leach back into my body. And if you have leaky gut, you're screwed, man. That's how you get horrible diseases. That's how you get cancers, from having constipation and your body not knowing what to do while the fecal matter exudes waste and toxins that your body is reabsorbing. Very similar to having a lot of mucus and continually swallowing your mucus, or the gross term loogies. Never swallow that. That's your body's glue, and your body's glue is collecting all the things that shouldn't be there so that you can and spit it out. That's its job. If you swallow it, you just put it in your stomach, and your stomach's going to get confused and think it's nutrients and redistribute it into your bloodstream. No. Never swallow. I don't care who's standing around. Who cares? This isn't Titanic. You could do whatever you want to do. You could spit in front of anybody. Don't get it on anybody. Don't spit in front of anybody. Careful when you spit out the window of your car, not to spit on somebody's car. You could start fights that way. Be courteous, but you don't have to worry about being couth. You know what I mean? Be healthy. Don't be worried about what people think about you. If you are worried what people think about you, that's a separate deal. So, hydration is very important. Energy, everything comes from hydration. And when you drink all that water, all those vitamins and nutrients and amino acids and everything that you've been consuming and spending all your money on, gets to flow through the body and circulate through the body. The blood grabs onto it and you utilize it all. And it is freely distributed so that you take advantage of all those benefits. Otherwise, what happens is all that stuff builds up. And then when you do drink a little bit of water, you pee all of that water out, even though you needed to hold on to it. You pee all of that water out, and it's holding on to all your stuff that you needed. That's how your water is really dark, because the bile acids and all of the things that are required to break down something that's just sitting there. It's just sitting there because there's no water to get it to circulate and flow through your body. That's what happens when you're dehydrated. That's why rehydrating is critical. So don't ever get to that point. Once you feel thirsty, you're already in trouble. You're already hurt yourself. The lungs, the brain, the eyes, everything depends on you keeping your body hydrated. Okay? This video was almost 10 minutes long, so I need to rehydrate again. I feel great. My grandpa used to always say, push it and put the cat bag on and it won't reinflate, you know? And last but not least, ginger mint lemon matcha green tea. Powerful detox. Appreciate you watching. Sorry it took me so long to do another nutrition video, but I felt like hydration is the most important one. I love all of y'all. I love all your questions. I appreciate your time, and I appreciate your trust and faith in me, and I appreciate you coming back, even though you know I'm schizophrenic, I'm a Gemini, I'm left-handed, and I only sleep a few hours a night because of the creativity levels going on in my mind, and that's why I make so many silly, crazy, off-the-wall videos. I can't help it. It's how I stay sane. I love all of y'all. Take care. Let's have a great year this year. Let's stay healthy. Let's stay happy. And let's look after one another. Let's be kind. Always be thinking kindness when you're walking around, you go into the day. Think kindness. Be ready to jump down and grab something if somebody drops it. Beat them to it. Jump out of the car and help somebody change a flat tire. Right, go. Jump start a battery. Do this, do that. Just never jump start somebody's battery if you're getting ready to go have your car inspected. You'll fail the test because it resets your odometer and all that stuff. Anyway, the computer gets reset, so they won't know what your EPA miles and all your stuff is in your car. I'm talking too much. Oh, watch the Jason Momoa Carhartt commercial. Go look on it on YouTube right now. Jason Momoa Carhartt. C-A-R-H-A-R-T-T. Carhartt. Thanks for watching. I gotta be me. I gotta be free.